tiny cinema camera. So this Nikon ZR that I have here is a curious little thing. It's nice and compact. I really like that. It's got a partially stacked sensor, so it's able to do decent with pictures. I mean, it's not quite as impressive as, like, say, my R5 Mark II for taking pictures, but it's good enough that I could consider it usable with only its electronic shutter, because it doesn't have a mechanical shutter. So that's nice. It also has 32-bit floating point audio built right in. Why doesn't anybody else have this? I don't know. So it's a nice camera. And then there's this one thing that people keep saying about it that I feel is something that's true. It's just, to be excited about it is misguided. A lot of people get on about the fact that you can adapt Sony lenses to this thing. Yeah, you can. Sony lenses have about an 18mm flange distance, whereas this thing's about 16-ish. So you can adapt Sony lenses to it. The problem that you run into is barrel distortion. At the top of the frame, check out that barrel distortion on the top of the laptop screen. And then as we zoom in, at the top of the laptop screen, look at that pincushion distortion. That's grody. And I've got auto distortion correction turned on. So with Sony lenses, you can only really use primes with this camera, given its video-centric marketing. Zooms are not going to work. Now, why would you want to use a zoom lens on something like this? Ooh, look at that. I don't know. But yeah, you can adapt Sony lenses to it, but you have to take into consideration the fact that zooms will only be usable as variable primes. Don't adjust them while you're recording. Otherwise, it's going to trash your post-processing workflow. Or you could just get Nikon lenses. Those work perfectly fine. I've already invested in a couple of different lens ecosystems, so it's not going to be that much of a lift for me to get some Nikon lenses. It's just... I really need to stop spending money on this shit.